Hey everybody, good morning. I just want to show you real quick a topic called combining like terms. Now you may be familiar with this, hopefully you are. If not, okay. So I have three numbers here. I have 8x, which we know is 8 times x, and 8x squared, which is the same as 8 times x, okay? These are each terms, and they're each different terms. Okay, these terms cannot be combined using addition or subtraction because they are not like terms. Okay, so in order for terms to be combined, they must either be they must be just like regular numbers like 8, 5, 7, 9. They must have the same variable and only that variable. So if it was x plus x, we can do that. If it's x plus y, we can't do it. If it was xy plus xy, we could do that. Okay, so they have to be the same. Okay, if any of the if any of the variables have exponents, they have to have the same exponent. Okay, so let me give you a quick little preview on why this works. Okay, not as relevant to know, but can be good if you ever get stuck. So a lot of people, when they first see this, go 8 plus 8x, well, that must be 16x, which is not correct, okay? So let me just prove this to you mathematically. If x, let me give you an example. If x is 2, that would make 16x, 16 times 2, which is 32, okay? Now if we put now I have 8 plus 8x. This is the correct method. 8 plus 8x, and again, if x is 2, then 8 times 2 would be 16. And 8 plus 16 is actually 24. So you can see when we did it the correct way, we would have gotten 24. If you had just tried to add these together and said this was 16x, which again is not correct, that would mean that that was actually equal to 32, okay? So if they're not equal, then they're not the correct, then they can't both be the correct method, okay? So here's a problem down here. So we have 8x squared plus 8x plus 8, okay? I said those are all different terms, so they cannot be combined through addition and subtraction. Now they can be combined through multiplication and division, and we'll come back to that later, okay? But for today's lesson, we're adding and subtracting. We cannot combine that, which means that is actually your answer if they say simplify it, okay? So if they say, hey, combine these, you go, I can't. And you just restate the question. 8x squared plus 8x plus 8, okay? Now on the other hand, we have this one down here. 8x squared plus 8x plus 8 minus 3x squared plus 4x, okay? So as I said earlier, if they have the same variable and exponent, they can be combined. So I see that this one and this one, both are x squareds, so they can be combined. Now make sure that you follow whatever sign is in front of each one of those. So when I read this, I said 8 minus 3x squared. So they are subtracting this 3x squared. But since this 3x squared can't go with anything up till here, we're actually just going to combine them like this. So you're going to be doing 8x squared minus 3x squared. So if you had 8x squareds and you are now losing 3 of them, you have 5x squareds, okay? And then let's look. Okay, so we have plus 4x, okay? And that means we've got 4x here, 8x here, okay? That was a positive 8x, so we had 8x, and we are adding 4 more x's. So that would be 12 x's, so we're adding 12 x's. And then we still have this one little lonely plus 8 here, and we're going to bring that down. Okay. One other before I forget, because I just thought about this. If I had 8x squared and it said minus 5x, and then I want to add 3x's to it. Okay. So we see that this and this are like terms. Okay. So what we want to look at is go, okay, so the first thing I had here was 8x squared, and there's nothing to combine it with, so I could just bring it down. Now, if I cover that 8x squared, that minus 5x now looks like a negative 5x. And what we can do is kind of treat it that way and say, hey, we have negative 5x plus 3x, which would be negative 2x. And since our answer comes out to a negative, we're going to write minus 2x. Okay? And here's a different way of looking at it. Yes, we were subtracting 5x. Okay? But then we're adding 3. So we're not really taking away 5. We're taking away 2. So if instead of taking away 5, I'm taking away 3 less than 5, which is 2. So now I'm only taking away 2. All right?